Hello, Cubs fans, and welcome back to another Northside Baseball video. The postseason has ended. The Dodgers, unfortunately, have won another World Series. What's new around here in the MLB? But Brandon and I are back, of course, to make a few other videos, and we have some good news. We have three players from the Chicago Cubs who have made it to get a Golden Glove. Pete Crow-Armstrong, Ian Happ, and Nico Hoerner. Three very deserving players of these awards. Of course, Ian Happ has won one of these awards before. Nico Hoerner and Pete Crow-Armstrong are two players that, are no-brainers. They're all no-brainers for these awards. But, of course, we're here to kind of talk about why they are deserving of these awards. And, Brandon, I'm going to toss it over to you. Let's give a recap here of this season. Why do you think these guys won these awards? I mean, no-brainers, but give your thoughts, please.
Yeah, Happ, this is his fourth consecutive Gold Glove in left field. Hoerner, this is his second one in 3 years. Obviously, PCA has never been around long enough to win one of these until now. But again, like you said, no brainers. Hoerner was a country mile better than any other second baseman in the National League. PCA, pretty much the same thing at center field. A little bit more competition in left field for Happ. Some of those wins have been questionable, in my opinion. But I think this year again, he's been a great defensive left fielder for the last half decade, if not longer. It's again, these awards are never as I think important as maybe they seem, just because they don't translate to any extra success. It's more of the acknowledgement of, hey, the Cubs are a great defensive team, that they have very strategically built a very strong defensive roster. I mean, Dansby Swanson like almost single-handedly won the wild card round against the Padres with his glove. And obviously, Carson Kelly, Matthew Boyd, and Matt Shaw were all also Gold Glove finalists. It's just, I mean, this is an elite defensive team. Obviously, three guys winning, the highest defensive honor for their respective positions is just an acknowledgement of how good these Cubs are.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The one person I always love to pick out first is Pete Crow-Armstrong. Again, winning this award, being I don't want to say so new, but so new compared to Ian Happ and Nico Hoerner is a huge feat on its own. And the 2025 season was, I also think, just huge, not only offensively but really defensively for Pete Crow-Armstrong. I always like to think of him as Spider-Man in the outfield because he climbs the wall so many times to rob home runs from people. So again, there's no person more deserving than Pete Crow-Armstrong. We love giving PCA the love here on Northside Baseball. And of course, Ian Happ and Nico Hoerner are veterans of the Cubs. They've been there for quite some time. They've both won the awards before, like you said. And I think defensively they've really kind of rocked the world of Chicago for quite some time now. Like Nico Hoerner has made a lot of infield saves. I think that, could have been disasters in 2025. And yeah, I would say that Ian Happ, I don't want to like poo-poo on the parade here, but yeah, there are a lot of left fielders that were really, in contention with this award, but I'm never going to say no to another Cub winning this award at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, I think Hap was probably the best of the bunch. Again, you can make an argument for some other guys, but it's just, and I think it's worth pointing out, obviously, here that, left field maybe isn't the most premium defensive position, but second base, and especially center field, I mean, those are important defense. I mean, those are up the middle defensive positions. To have the best defender in your respective league at those positions, and obviously Dansby Swanson's a Gold Glover in the past. Carson Kelly was a finalist this year. I mean, that entire up the middle defense being that strong. I mean, again, it's part of why the Cubs were so good this year, at least for stretches, is just because the core, the backbone of that defense is just so sturdy. I mean, and, beyond the fact that Pete Armstrong makes highlight reel plays every day, it's the fact that they limit those smaller errors that some of these other teams commit on a regular basis. And so again, obviously there's more building that needs to be done. Obviously, if Kyle Tucker leaves in free agency, right field's going to become a gap defensively. There's always improvement left for guys like Michael Bush at first base. But as it stands, the Cubs have above average defenders at just about every position on the diamond, and if nothing else, that gives them a really high floor as a team going forward.
Yeah, it's really excited to see, after getting more and more accolades for the Cubs, what's going to happen in 2026. Look, we made it only so far in 2025. Who's to say what's going to happen next year? But, a win is a win, for our boys, even if it wasn't the World Series. So for now, let's look at the positive side of things. And we'd love to hear your comments in the comment section below. Of course, we're happy to see that three of our players won Gold Glove awards. And what was your favorite moment from this year from these three players? We'd love to hear your comments in the comment section below.